Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler. Welcome to this week's Forex market wrap. In this video we're just going to go through a few charts that we focused on for the week ahead, see how they played out and also what's happening across other currency pairs, any of the big movers like the Japanese yen and whatnot. But first of all, we're just going to start off with Euro USD. Obviously we looked at the long position here from this key daily weekly support zone. Had a really nice 8-hour signal in terms of divergence. So we had the market forming a lower low in here and the RSI forming a higher low through there. So we look for a buy above this candlestick high in here with the stops below the lows, and the market's moved nicely towards our targets now. I think we're only about 10 pips or so away from that target. Let's just check. So we are here now. About 14 pips away currently, so I'm just going to close this trade out. It's a nice trade. It was the only real trade of the week that actually triggered from the trade of the days, but it's a nice move up there for Euro US dollar. I'm actually expecting the market to find some more downside. Reason being, looking at this monthly time frame, if I just zoom in and remove all these. We've had another bearish month here, and we could see the market come and retest these monthly lows around about the 1.0875s. So I'm looking for that potentially to happen, because I do feel that the dollar does have a little bit of room to the upside. And if we look at the 4-hour and 8-hour time frame, we're coming up to the moving averages, coming up to that overbought condition and these recent swing lows where we could start seeing a little bit of bearish price action form. So I'll be watching these time frames in particular around this area, see if we do reach it and look for maybe another position to go short down to these lows. Obviously the daily is going to be looking like a pullback at the moment, so what we are looking for is again that sort of daily price action showing us that the market may move to the downside, and then go into these lower time frames and looking for a position at that point. But euro dollar's moved up pretty nicely. Another move that was pretty nice was gold. So if you watched the gold video that we posted on YouTube, we talked about the market basically finding support at these previous highs, and then basically looking for the market to rally back up into these recent highs. And we're still looking to buy safe haven assets. The coronavirus updates are still getting worse. We had the World Health Organization also declaring emergency, so we're looking for those safe haven buys. And you can see here the market pulled back into those highs nicely, bounced off the average, RSI in that oversold condition, nice rally up just through there, which was a nice little move as well. So if you did capture that one, then well done. Moving on to Aussie USD, we didn't get the entry that we were looking for, but this market is still moving to the downside, and I still do expect some further downside from this. But what we need to see is a little bit of a relief rally for the Australian dollar. I'm expecting the market maybe to test this weekly low to then pull back, so we can delete that order. But what I'm really looking for next week maybe is a push down, a bounce up, get towards these lows here, and then look for another short opportunity, depending on obviously the risk off, risk on sentiment in the market. Because if that risk off does continue, we could just see the Australian dollar straight line to the downside. But strength and weakness tables are showing now that the Australian dollar is the weakest currency, and it is at an extreme, so we could see some upside next week. But I'd really wait for the price action on these higher time frames to give us a bit of confirmation that is actually going to happen. So short term, still very much a seller of this currency. Kiwi as well has come back into this key point. We were looking for a pullback at the start of the week On the 4-hour time frame, back into these lows, we didn't get that, unfortunately. The market just straight line to that support zone. Looking at the daily and weekly, we're back at these previous breakout highs. So again, very similar to the Australian dollar. Are we going to start seeing maybe a little bit of a pullback in here, a retracement phase, perhaps just up to these recent swing lows? But we'll have to wait and see what happens on this one. We'll have a little look in the market outlook in some more detail. But essentially, these are the markets that are pushing down the safe haven assets. So if we go to Kiwi yen as well, still dropping. Looking at the monthly time frame, because we are coming up to the end of the month. We could see the potential for this market to drop all the way down into those swing lows through there. So that would suggest there's a lot more downside to come out of these markets. The 4 hours only just crossed here on Kiwi yen. So if we do get any decent pullbacks next week, it could be good opportunities to short these types of markets. So hope you enjoyed this video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. If you did, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more trading content. If you want to see anything out of these videos, anything a little bit different, drop a comment below and I'll get back to you at some point, and I'll speak to you soon.